found a really interesting study this week that I sent you, connecting HRT with a greater risk of Alzheimer's in your 70s.
Oh, yeah. The one that showed that women who were taking HRT in their 60s were more likely to have Alzheimer's in their 70s. That one.
Yes, that one. And I was really interested in looking at the detail in it because the headline was women on HRT are at a greater risk of developing Alzheimer's. And so what we're interested in is, what HRT are they taking?
To begin with, what HRT are they taking? Because obviously there's the difference between synthetic and body identical HRTs and how they act on the body. Mm-hmm. And we have concerns anyway over the action of the synthetic hormones. But also it's not taking into consideration any of the other factors around Alzheimer's. And that's so leading, isn't it, that HRT equals Alzheimer's. Mm. That's where we go with it. But there are so many other factors. And also we know that diet is hugely implicated in any of the dementia disorders. Mm. So where are they looking at the diet aspect as well? It's a really flawed study.
Oh, they don't. So I looked at the detail, and there are 73 women who are on estrogen-only HRT, and 73 women who weren't. And they found that the 73 women who were on estrogen had a greater risk of developing Alzheimer's.
But estrogen only?
Where's the progesterone?
Where's the progesterone? Where's the progesterone?
Where's the
and
testosterone?
Which we know is so implicated.
So I think one of the things that's really important is whenever I see a study that's in the news with that headline, I always go and look at the detail and start asking these questions about what actually is in that clinical trial.
Yeah, and where are the bits of information that have been missed? Because there are such blind spots medically around the impact of diet on anything, and also such blind spots medically around the use of progesterone. And they sort of believe that the synthetic progesterone is progesterone, whereas we know they are entirely different. So yeah, we get really cross, don't we, about those kind of headlines, because it just makes women even more nervous of taking HRT when that could actually be a really appropriate thing for them to take.
One of the other exciting things about the development of research in Alzheimer's is that it is now being described as diabetes 3. So what, like you said, what is happening with diet, what's happening with insulin resistance, rather than just connecting HRT to Alzheimer's. This is why our work is so unique, is that we look at the triangle of hormonal health. So we are looking at blood sugars and insulin resistance, we're looking at cortisol and stress, and we're looking at sex hormones.
And I think the thing that we always try to bear in mind when we look at these kind of headlines is the phrase correlation does not equal causation.
Yeah.
We can't just leap to it's this thing. You're right. We have to look at what is happening in the rest of the body that could lead someone down the path of Alzheimer's and dementia. And then what do we do from a whole health perspective to ensure that we actually have full health moving forwards?